Hi guys, it's Steph Underhill here, the marketing manager from Platinum People Group. Today I wanted to talk to you about getting your first industry job. So this video is really aimed at graduates or people who are about to graduate, or perhaps if you're jumping careers at the moment and you're looking to get into the mortgage broking space for the first time. I've got a few tips that should apply to you. So I'll share a little bit about my own journey, which is obviously very different. I studied a professional communications degree. It's a really competitive industry. It took me 9 months to actually get my first graduate role. By contrast, my husband, who studied commerce, stepped into his first graduate accounting role the day after his last exam, which is kind of unfair, but I think everyone's journey is really different. But I really wish that I'd had some good advice when I was looking for my first job, so I hope that this helps you. My first tip for you is to not apply desperately for every single job that you see. I definitely did this, and it was a really exhausting process, and there were so many interviews I was sitting in and I was like, I don't actually really want this job. What am I doing? So I think you'll get a vibe from the job ad that you read, or perhaps when you step into a place and you're doing an interview there, you'll know if you want that job or not. So it's really not worth your time applying and going through the process if you don't want to work there. I think be patient, keep looking, and something will come along for you. My second tip, look to your networks. People say it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I found that to be really, really true in my professional career. I actually got my first job from a man that I randomly met on a train, and we got talking and we exchanged details. 2 years later, he messaged me on LinkedIn and offered me my first graduate marketing role. My second job I got through a contact of a friend of mine who put me in touch, and that's how I got that role. My third job that I got, the person who was reviewing my CV noticed a name on there. It was someone that they knew, so that's how I got that job. And I do some freelance work as well on the side, and all that work basically just comes through people that I know. I actually haven't even put a website up yet, and that's just how I get my work come in. So I'd say to you, before you go applying for 50 jobs on Seek, look to your networks, look to who you know, your friends, your family. Perhaps you have some vague, distant cousin who's working as a mortgage broker. Pick up the phone, send them an email, just ask people for introductions, and I found that to be such a good way of getting experience. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You'll get some free advice from someone who's working in the industry, so that is a really good one. My next tip for you is to use LinkedIn. Goes without saying, you should have a LinkedIn these days if you're in the mortgage broking space, if you're a professional. Our recruitment consultants use LinkedIn so much. They're constantly looking through there for quality candidates. Make sure that you fill out your profile as much as possible. Put a really good professional picture of yourself up there. Fill out all the sections, list your relevant experience, even if it's just customer service or retail work. Make sure it looks like you've been doing things in your career. And then start reaching out to people, exploring who you can connect with. And the platform is just so powerful. Use it for sure. My fourth tip, do awesome at what you're doing right now. So I don't know what you're doing. You might be a checkout chick, you might be working for your dad's company, you might be part-time, you might be full-time, I don't know what it is. But don't treat it as, oh, this is just for now. I'm going to get my first proper job soon, so I won't worry about it. There is so much you can gain from the job you're in right now. Don't treat it as, whatever, but actually try your hardest. You can impress people, you can get great references out of this job, and you can actually get really good life experience as well. I spent 2 years working at a day spa before I got my first proper job. And I really didn't like it. I was so nervous, I didn't have much self-esteem during that time, and I had to answer phones constantly and make bookings for people and deal with angry people, and it was really hard. But I'm so grateful for that now, because I have an excellent phone manner, great communication skills. I'm able to deal when someone's yelling at me on the phone because of that experience I had when I was working at the day spa. So whatever you're doing right now, do your best at it, and your first job will come up, and you'll look back at this job and you'll be like, wow, I'm so grateful for that opportunity. My last tip for you, it's brutal, you're not gonna like it, but it's get used to rejection. Rejection is a part of life. Rejection is a part of applying for jobs. Rejection is going to be a part of your future career, whether you're a mortgage broker or whatever your or whatever role you're in, you're going to get rejected. People that don't want to work with you or don't just don't want your services, I suppose. So yeah, build up that resilience now, get used to it, and you'll be really set for later in life. So there's my top tips for graduates and people looking for their first jobs in the industry. I really hope that they help you. If you're watching this and you've got, kids or nephews and nieces or friends, family who could benefit from this, please pass it along to them. I really hope that it can help someone. There's really great advice on our advice centre for job seekers and for graduates, so make sure that you check that out. And the other thing is, reach out to us if you're looking for a job in mortgage broking. Our recruitment consultants know so many great employers who would love to hire young, hungry graduates. So yeah, please reach out to us. We'd love to sit down and work out what you'd like to do with your career and with your life. And we work with people all the time in your position, so we'd really love to help you. Thanks for watching.